Hi guys, this is Sarfraz from Aristotle Prep and we are looking at question number 59 from the OG13 Critical Reasoning chapter. So the stimulus says, a recent government study links the high rates of respiratory ailments in Groverston to airborne pollutants released by the Woodco plywood manufacturing plant there. Okay. To address the problem, the government imposed strict regulations on emissions which will go into effect in 4 years. Although Woodco plans to cut its emissions in half 2 years ahead of schedule, it is unlikely that the rate of respiratory ailments will decline before the regulations go into effect, which happens in 4 years, since. So whatever goes in the blank will give us an explanation for, even though Woodco is cutting its own emissions in half, why will the rate of respiratory elements not fall at the same time? That's basically the part that goes in the blank, which the part that explains that why is this happening. So it says the number of facilities capable of treating respiratory ailments is not likely to increase. Treatment is not our concern. B says reducing emissions even further than planned would necessitate decreasing production at Woodco. Nobody is asking you to reduce emissions more than what has been planned for, so of no consequence to us. C says it is difficult to make accurate long-term predictions about emissions. It's a very general statement, but of no use to our argument. Option D says not all respiratory ailments are caused by airborne pollutants. That's fine, but the argument makes no mention of any other kind of pollutant. And logically, I mean, if Woodco is the main culprit for the current high rate of respiratory ailments in this place, Groverston, so then if Woodco is cutting its emissions in half, then ideally the rate of respiratory ailments should fall. So D doesn't help us still. So now E should be the answer then. And what does E say? 3 new plywood manufacturing plants are about to go into production in Groverston. Now that gives you a perfect explanation that even though Woodco is cutting its emissions in half, there are these 3 new plants which are not going to be doing so. So because of the emissions from these new plants, the rate of respiratory elements may not actually fall until the regulations governing emissions go into effect in 4 years' time. So E gives you a perfect answer, and on a difficulty scale of 1 to 5, I would give this question something like a 3 maybe. Have a nice day.